I feel sick. I feel sick, you guys. Oh man. So we have news for Xbox today, and the news is that Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond are out. Phil's retiring, and Sarah just dipped. Phil Spencer's been the head of Xbox. Oh god, I don't know, 10, 12, 13 years now. Head of gaming over there. Now, say what you want about Phil. He made some crappy business decisions. However, at least the guy played games. He's a high gamer score. He was proven to have played a lot of games. Take that, for what you will. Sarah, I have no idea if she's ever played anything, but that's neither here nor there, because when people leave companies, what we get excited about is like, okay, well, that's the dark side. What's the bright side, right? What's the good news here? That's the bad news, What's the bright side? The person who's coming over to run Microsoft, it always seems like, tell me this, you guys, when people leave these companies and someone else comes in to replace them, at least in my experience, it's always somebody random that you've never heard about, that you've never seen before ever in your life. They're just like, they seem like they just walked onto the campus, they just walked into the company, and then out of nowhere, they rose the ranks from like, little scrub janitor to executive at the top of the company. Just like out of nowhere. And then you look at their credentials. I mean, this has happened with the Halo, Halo company, Halo Studios. This happens all over the place. And it just doesn't make any sense to me how these people get in these positions of leadership. Sony has the same issue. I'm sure Nintendo does, although they're not as public with their announcements, right, for executive shakeups and stuff, usually. So who we're getting is this girl. Her name is, what is it? Asha Sharma or something. Apparently she was working at Microsoft AI. She was doing Microsoft AI. And now, somehow, some way, she got promoted to the head of Xbox. Now, you can read this whole thing if you want. It's like her intro saying hello and how she's going to screw everybody over and everything. My favorite quote is this right here. We will not chase short-term efficiency or flood our ecosystem with soulless AI slop. I have to laugh so I don't end it all. I mean, if I've ever heard a lie straight to my face, I normally like to be wined and dined, before I get blasted. Before I get completely, effing lied to. But no, she's not whining and dining anybody. She comes right in and just says the most BS, fake lie that you could ever come up with. I mean, do you guys believe that for a second? That, oh, we're not going to flood our ecosystem with a bunch of AI trash. Yeah, right. She was literally like the head of core AI or whatever over there at Microsoft. Apparently she worked at Meta as well before. I mean, the woman, you can't convince me. There is no way she plays video games. I wouldn't be surprised if she's never even held a controller in her entire life. You know what I mean? It's that kind of situation. And then I'm over here scratching my head. It's like, wait, but what about, I mean, Matt Booty, he's been there for a while, right? He's been, doing stuff at Xbox, so why not him? Why not him? No, guys, I mean, we know what this is. I mean, if you have, two brain cells between your ears, you know exactly where this is headed. This is Microsoft, assessing the landscape, assessing the terrible decisions they've made over the past decade. The terrible games or lack thereof of games of AAA high-quality single-player games that they've put out. And they said, well, AI is the future, and we all know this, for better or for worse. It is, There's too much money to be made, unfortunately, for these companies, so they're not just going to shy away from it. And they're like, oh, okay, so let's put our top AI person in charge of gaming. Not because it's what's best for the gamers or best for the consumers. No, it's what's best for our wallet, AI is going to be able to make a new video game every single day, for cheap. For dirt cheap. So That's the future. And it just makes me so sad, man, that we're never going to see the glory days of gaming ever return, you know? Late 90s, early 2000s. I mean, it was freaking great, you guys. If you weren't alive or you were too little at the time, I feel bad for you because you really missed out. All the way until we hit, I don't know, the early 2010s. It was just great, man. It was freaking phenomenal. Every generation was just so much better than the last. Passion was still alive. Microtransactions, they did not exist, for the most part. It was just a phenomenal time. And now it's just, how can these companies make put as little effort into a game as possible to squeeze as much money as possible out of the consumer? That's where we're at. And make no mistake, that's exactly where we're headed. And it's only going to get worse. This is not going to get better. This is going to get worse. I made a video on my channel that GTA 6 will be the last video game ever made. And I'm not even joking about that. I believe it's, after that game comes out, every game that starts development after that is going to be so heavily influenced by AI that it's going to be awful for like the next, I don't know, 5 to 10 years. Then eventually AI will be better than humans, but for a while here, for the prime of many people's gaming careers in life, it's going to be terrible. Terrible. This should bring the cost of games down for us substantially, right? We should be paying $5 for a AAA game instead of $70. But as you guys probably guessed, that's not going to happen because they're just going to take all that extra margin, all those extra profits. The company, Microsoft, is going to keep them. And of course, Sony had their thing this week, right? With shutting down Blue Point Games like idiots. Microsoft said, hold on, well, there's bad news from Sony. Let's put our bad news out, right? So now we're just waiting for Miyamoto and Eiji Aonuma to resign from Nintendo and for Zelda to become an AI franchise. What else? I mean, what else is next, right? What's the next bad news? I just feel so defeated, you guys. I want to yell. But I'm so angry. My blood is boiling. But I just feel so defeated with this. Like Phil, he made me think, I can only speak for myself. Like the guy made some dumb decisions, right? Greenlighting some games like Redfall and stuff. And the lack of single player AAA focus, the too much emphasis on the Game Pass. But man, when the guy talked, when you heard him talk, it at least inspired a little bit of hope, right? Like, I always thought, okay, Phil, like, you messed up before, but I'm ready to give you another chance, man. Like, I was always ready to kind of give Phil the benefit of the doubt and, hope that he's going to make it right. It's like this, like a toxic relationship, right? Like, you really hope that the person's going to change and do better. This is nothing like that, right? With this new Arsha. I hope I'm wrong, by the way. Hope I'm completely wrong. She hasn't done anything yet. Hope I'm completely wrong. She blows us all away. And it's amazing. But I don't feel that way, right? It's not that feeling I get like I got with Phil, that there's hope in the future. Like I had that hope with Phil that things would change, because I believed that, he could do it. With this woman, not a chance. Zero. Literally, I have 0% hope. She's straight up lying to us in the first thing that she ever puts out publicly. So I guess, yeah, she has done something. She's already, quote-unquote, lied to us, or I think she has. And we'll see if she proves me right or wrong over time. There's going to be more and more AI in all these games, and it's going to get worse and worse for the next, like I said, 5, if not 10 years, till AI reaches a point where it can create better than us. But that's a long way away because games are very, very, extremely complex to make. Yeah, it can look good, but can you create great gameplay, great stories, great side quests, great characters, great music? It's going to take time to put all that together. So like I said, 5 to 10 years, then I think we'll hit the tipping point where it can do all those things. Like you could just feed it every game ever made, and it'll just analyze every game, the good and the bad, the Metacritic scores, the reviews, everything, playtime, player behavior, etc. Once it has all that data and it can really read it, analyze it, then it can create the best Dark Souls games, best Halos, best Zeldas. It will come, but that's going to take time. For now, we're in this transition phase, and it's going to be terrible, man. I don't have any hope here. I don't. Let me know what you guys think. The best thing I can say, at least for me, if you're still watching this, like, I think now obviously every single day it becomes more and more important for you to find channels and to find creators and to find people on social media that you trust, that you want to follow, because if you don't have a good, foundation now, in the future, you're not going to know what's real at all. Zero, right? I'm sure you guys have seen these new videos of the AI that have come out recently, like Seed Dance. Like, you cannot tell. You genuinely can no longer tell. And if you're one of those few people who like, oh, I can see the little glitch frames and I know it's AI, it's fake. Well, that's great. In a year or two, you won't be able to either. No one will be able to tell what's real anymore very shortly. So finding people that you trust now is more critical than ever. So I hope to be one of those people for you, where you come to my channel, you're not getting any AI. My avatar is the only bit of AI on my whole channel, right? It's just my picture, my profile. Every single video that you get is me. 100% me, lion of truth, talking, giving my thoughts, my passion, my opinion, right, on things, my skill or lack thereof when I play video games, all that stuff. It is just me. So I really encourage you, if you haven't already, start, culling going through your social media accounts and finding people that you trust and you feel that you can ride this wave with, when the AI wave comes, because things are about to change, man. There's going to be a whole new slew of creators that come, and if you don't have your people now, you're not going to know if these are actually really humans, or you're not going to know if the real humans are using AI in the background or for their voices or for their faces. You know what I mean? You just won't. You won't know. So that's it. That's really all I got. She looks awful, terrible. She's going to run the company into the ground. Xbox is going away, by the way. I've said this in many of my videos. I'll say it again for receipts purposes. The brand of Xbox is going away. I'm calling it now. The last Xbox is coming out, right? 2028 or whatever. That'll be the last time we see Xbox as a brand. There will be no more consoles after that, number one. They will just do PCs. Apparently, this is going to be a hybrid PC console, type thing. So that was like a pivot, right? Instead of making just a new Xbox, apparently the next Xbox that's coming in 2028 or whatever is going to be a hybrid. It's going to be a PC as well, because they know they can't compete with Sony and Nintendo because they don't have the games. So therefore, the whole idea here, guys, is that Xbox is going to become third party. They're going to become a third party publisher. They're going to become like Sega, okay? Or like Capcom. But Sega's a better example because they actually used to make consoles, right? They used to be first party. So Xbox is going to become that. So the Xbox brand is going to go away. There's no longer going to be an Xbox, so they're going to retire the Xbox name, and then they might just call it Microsoft Gaming, right? Or Microsoft Studios, They might come up with something cheeky. But Xbox as a brand, it won't make any sense anymore because there won't be any box for you to buy, right? Unless they want to call their PCs, right? They might make a line of PCs and call those like the Xbox line, right? And it kind of looks like a box or whatever, but it's not going to be priced like a console at all. It's going to be a PC. It's going to be a freaking PC, $1,000+, right? So, yeah. Either this Xbox One, the one that's out right now that I'm touching, right, on my desk, either that's the last one, or the Series X, or whatever the hell it's called. God, terrible names. Either that is the last Xbox, or the one that's coming in 2028 will be the last Xbox. You mark my words. And then the brand itself will be dead. There's no need for it. Unless, like I said, they're going to make a PC line of it. But the console itself, goodbye. Goodbye $500 consoles. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. We're going to double that price to it's going to be $9.99 or $8.99, right? When it comes out. Insanity. Absolute insanity, you guys. All right. That's it. Sony made a huge mistake with Bluepoint, and then Xbox said, hold my beer, here we go. Now, my turn. Let me show you what we've got. Phil leaves, and Sarah Bond just leaves unceremoniously. Like, they couldn't even do it on a good announcement. You know what I mean? Here's the next Halo game. Boom. here's the next Fable, boom. Like, they do a cool announcement, and then they say, and this is the last game I'm going to announce for you guys. I'm sorry, I'm retiring, you know? Nothing like that. It was so unceremonious. It was just randomly on a Friday, February, what is it, 21st, you know, or 20th, 2026, just out of nowhere. Oh, by the way, yeah, we're just leaving too. We're out of here. See ya. Like, come on, man. No fanfare, nothing. Just like a dud. Just a dud, man. So sad. I feel sick, dude. I feel sick because I just feel there's no hope. Feeling hope is so important, man, in life, and I don't feel any. All right. I am the line of truth, you guys. If you want more, you know, hot takes and opinions in single-player AAA games with no AI whatsoever, you're in the right place. See you next time.